These spaces have an elegant simplicity, but perhaps what passengers won't appreciate is all the effort that went into making these environments feel effortless. The Elizabeth Line is a new railway running east-west across central London. Each station had a different design team, and they were tasked with integrating the stations sensitively into the surrounding historic fabric of the city. But the client also wanted a consistent and familiar experience for passengers across the line. We developed a strategy where the architecture of the ticket halls has a strong local identity, but as you move below ground, the line-wide identity gets stronger the closer passengers get to the trains.
We took inspirations from the existing London Underground networks, but also in the same time analysed what might have been challenges. It's almost like a maze of tunnels that people will need to navigate through. We've had to find ways of making an environment where people can enjoy travelling.
The engineering solutions for the tunnels and the stations created the curved profiles that we can see between the passageways and the platforms. Even the lines within the cladding converge and diverge to create a visual flow that, again, along with the lighting, guides passengers from one space to another.
We want to reveal and enhance the architecture, but also create a pleasant environment. And the success of the scheme is that it's simple. We're not trying to do too much. They're very simple luminaires, doing a simple job, but it's fully integrated and it's visually comfortable, it's not glary.
It's not about seeing it necessarily like saying this is the luminaire. It's actually being impressed with the effect and feeling comfortable. And in the environment where it's quite high pressure, people are going in and out and they want to get to work quickly, they want to go back home. It really relieves that pressure, sort of makes people breathe easier. And I suppose that was the point of lighting, being subtle and nice and comfortable.
We used warm, indirect uplighting within the larger platform and concourse volumes. And within the smaller cross passages that link these, we used direct lighting with a cooler colour temperature. This variety helps to accentuate the different stages of the journey and really reinforces the wayfinding concept.
Quite often, people think wayfinding and signage, you need signs everywhere. It's not just about signs, it's also working with those sensory nudges which will allow people to navigate through those spaces with ease. We do a system called progressive disclosure. You get the right information at the right time, saying the right message along your journey. So we simplify it. It is a line-wide experience on the Elizabeth Line. All the touch points that we've introduced, whether that is signage or whether it's the seat or whether it's a totem, help point, you will see those in the same location and you'll have the same interaction on every station, which will hopefully help enrich people's travelling experience because it will give them the confidence that they know their way around.
We were able to express the full volume of the tunnels by taking all of the equipment that often gets concealed behind the tunnel linings and locating this onto hardworking servicing elements such as the platform edge screens and the service totems.
The totems not only provide all the signage information that the passengers need, but they incorporate uplighting, CCTV cameras, and also loudspeakers for the public address system. So all the services that are needed have been consolidated into a single unit. The cladding itself is intended to be permanently in place, and if people want to look very closely, the cladding has lots of holes in it, and behind that is acoustic mat, and that's to make sure that the noise levels within these spaces are at a very comfortable level.
The architecture of the Elizabeth Line plays its part in actually improving access to the city. Stations are fully accessible to those with mobility impairments. They're also quite calm, ordered environments, which is really important to certain groups of people who want to travel in London and find the traditional underground environment actually quite intimidating. Thought's gone in not only to the Elizabeth Line as a transport system, but also in terms of inclusion for all Londoners.
It's a product of fantastic teamwork, a superb piece of infrastructure that works at numerous levels. Architects have a role to play in bringing engineering-led infrastructure, and they can influence it for the better.
The story of the Elizabeth Line is one of collaboration. It's been an enormous collaborative effort between many different architects, engineers, contractors and suppliers. The Elizabeth Line is ultimately about people, giving access to job opportunities, to education, housing, healthcare, by taking cars off the road, by encouraging healthy, active travel, and improving lives through connectivity.
We wanted to have something that felt like it had moved public transport in London onto another era. I think that's exactly what's been achieved, and something that I think we can collectively be really proud of.